It's obviously Martin Luther King Jr. Day, actual birthday January 15th, but it's a federal holiday today observed by so many on the third Monday of January. Today, Lanisha DeBard-DeLaban is here. Did I get it right?
Perfect,
Okay,
Chuck. Thank you.
Nice to see you. And your
Great.
title officially, Vice President of Community Engagement at the Wright Museum here in Detroit. It is so good to see you.
We are happy to be here. Thanks for having us. This is one of the most exciting days at the Wright Museum today.
Yes, it is. And so let's talk a little bit about what you brought and why we're having to wear the white gloves, because this stuff is very delicate.
Absolutely. So the Charles A. Wright Museum of African American History has some amazing artifacts on King. Some are on display today at the Wright Museum, so I could not bring everything.
Yeah.
And we also have some off-site exhibits. So what I brought today were a few items from our archival collection.
Wow.
And this is an original document from 1956. This is a training manual that the Montgomery Improvement Association produced. It was a week-long training on nonviolence and social change.
Wow.
King facilitated and presided over this session that brought in people from all over the country.
Wow, it's an incredible condition.
And it was donated by a Detroit family member who was there for the training. So it has a Detroit connection.
So here's a photo. So is that Soapy Williams, the former governor? Is that who that is?
Yes, this is G-Man and Williams. This is a photograph from our Horace Sheffield Jr. collection.
So we just need to tilt this up just a little bit. I'll take that first one.
So this is King in Detroit with Horace Sheffield Jr. and G-Man and Williams.
Oh my. And you know, we sometimes think of, you know, it's a broad thing because we're going to talk about this in the buzz as well. How we, black or white, it doesn't matter, how we have conjured up a notion now as time has gone by, the way we're thinking about King. And of course there's the violence involved in that, the tragic end. And then we see photographs like this where here was a guy who was actually enjoying life and still doing very important work. Right? There's so many different sides to the man.
He had such a complex life, so young as well. We forget that he lived 39 years, so he was a young man, full of life, full of energy, full of passion.
Yes.
So what's this one now?
So this is another photograph of King in Detroit from the collection. So King made several visits to Detroit in his life, actually as early as the 1940s when his father, Martin Luther King Sr., Daddy King, would come and preach at various Detroit churches, including Second Baptist. He would preach a lot at Second Baptist Church here in Detroit. And King Jr. would come with him.
Okay, wow. So let's just talk about the other side of his life, because obviously he did do so much. Oh, well, wait, let's get through this first. What's this also?
Yes, so this is a book from the Wright Museum's library called Desert Rose. This is a book about Coretta Scott King. We know that they were a duo. They worked together in this struggle. So this is by her sister, Coretta Scott King's sister. This is a biography, and it's autographed by Reverend Bernice King, the daughter of Dr. King. And so this is a part of our collection.
Lovely, very lovely.
It is autographed, so let's open that up.
Autographed by the author?
Yes, autographed.
So Dr. King's daughter.
No, this was written by her sister, right?
It's written by her sister, but it's autographed by her daughter. So it was, you know, the struggle was a family affair for the King family.
Well, sure.
Everyone was
Absolutely.
involved.
How do you get over that? I mean, they've been living it to the present time. But let's talk about other parts of Dr. King's life. Like when I read his bio, you know, even being younger, it made me feel like I needed to get my life together on so many levels, because he only did live for 39 years, but he was incredibly accomplished. So we just put together a few questions to test our knowledge. I didn't go back and read
because there are so many little known facts, right?
Yeah,
there are absolutely.
We don't get to see the answers at all. So you're going to quiz us, right?
So this is the King quiz to see who knows the most about Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. So this is question number 1.
All right.
What was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birth name? Was it Martin, Michael, James, or John?
I mean, he's a junior, so it has to be Martin. But I heard John was in there somewhere at some point in his life.
So your final answer is?
My final answer is I'll say John because there was something that had to do with John.
I'll stay with her as a lifeline.
wrong.
No, it is Martin.
It's Martin.
Because it's ML.
Oh, well,
Right.
actually, ML is correct, but it was not Martin. It
Oh.
was Michael.
Michael.
His dad traveled to Germany right before he was born and discovered the inspirational leader Martin Luther. And so when Martin Luther King was 5 years old, his dad changed his name
Legally?
from Michael to Martin legally.
Is that right? Wow,
All right,
okay.
so let's get to
All
the
right,
next
another
question.
Question number 2. How old was King when he entered college? Was he 15, 16, 21, or 25?
He was 15.
He was young. I know that
was
because he
15.
was a prodigy. 15? I'll go with my pal.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
I like
He's-
that sound better.
Yeah, I did
He
too.
skipped grades 9 and 12 and entered Morehouse College at age 15.
That's right.
That's
Yes, the same school that his dad and granddad attended.
Wow.
Okay, next question. How many streets in the United States are named after King? Is it more than 300, 600, 900, or 1,200?
I'm going to defer to Chuck.
Well,
because
see, I haven't Googled it yet.
You
We-
haven't?
We had this
Oh.
conversation last week, and I get
did.
off at MLK nearly every day of my life, right, to
Yes.
come here. And I get off, and I walked in one morning, and I said, I know we're going to celebrate the day. This blows my mind. I know that most major cities have an MLK drive or street, right? Wow, and the minimum number is 300.
Minimum?
Yes.
Tell me the numbers again.
300, 600, 900, or 1,200?
My goodness. So every major state, major city, that's
Right.
50. I'll go with, I don't know.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. I
600?
don't know, like, is
It's-
1,000 an option?
It's not an option.
What's the closest to 1,000?
900.
Okay, let's go with that.
That's your final answer?
Yes, my final answer.
Good choice.
Okay.
Come on, 900.
900, more than
Wow.
900 streets in over 40 states.
Wow.
Have a Martin Luther King
I
Drive,
should have Googled it. See, I
Boulevard,
would've won.
Avenue.
You would have gotten that, yeah.
Yes. Next question. Dr. King was an avid fan of which television show in the late 1960s? Batman, The Lucy Show, Star Trek, or Gunsmoke?
I don't know the answer, but I'm going to guess Star Trek only because I don't even know if that was out during his time.
In the
I don't
late
know.
60s, you
Late
said?
60s?
Yes.
Late 60s. Oh, well, those are all iconic shows. I'm going to go with Batman.
I'm going to go with Star Trek because I feel like he was a visionary.
You are on a track
Come
here.
on,
Yes.
look at you.
I just guessed that. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. He was a fan of that show. Now, next
Okay.
question. Which 2 cities outside of the United States officially celebrate Martin Luther King Day? Is it London, Toronto, Johannesburg, or Hiroshima?
I'll say Johannesburg is one.
Johannesburg, and then,
I think London?
would it be Hiroshima? Were there any cities that were tied to another city here in the States, like Atlanta and Hiroshima or something? I'll go with Hiroshima.
I'll go with London.
That's a great train of thought. Sister cities. The 2 cities that officially recognize his day, Toronto and Hiroshima.
Wow, I was
Yep,
all
Canada
wrong.
and Japan.
Well, we're going to have to wrap here. We ran out of time.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But the Charles Wright Museum of African American History has a full day of activities to commemorate Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. If you would like to see the full schedule, visit our Live in the D website at clickondetroit.com.
And you know the Charles H. Wright Museum is located on Wayne State's campus in Midtown on Warren. So thanks for coming in. It
Thank
is so
you
nice
so
to see you.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your day.
Thank you.
you.
We're
Thanks
going to
for-
have
Dr. King
fun.
Day.
Thanks for
Thank
helping
you.
us celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank
Same to
you.
Thank you.
so much.